Now I'm doing this one by hand, as well as the one after this. So you can get the idea that what we want are decent estimates, but fairly quick in terms of what's going on and what we need to do. So here we go. The first distance they want is 0.3. I know that we start at 0, the distance is 0. By the time we get to the top, the distance is about 1.6. I know to the middle, it's about half of 1.6. Half of that is going to be about 0.4. 3/4 of that is going to be about 0.3, so I get that spot right there. I can see that the x-coordinate there looks like 0.9-ish or more. I can see that the y-coordinate, let's see, the y-coordinate is about there. Now half. The y-coordinate at the top is 1. The y-coordinate halfway up is about 0.5. I'm going to say that's about 0.3. And I think this is actually going to be more like 0.95, but we'll worry about that. The distance is 1.4. Okay, well, I know halfway is 0.8, to the top is 1.6, to the middle there is going to be 1.2, and to the middle of that is going to be 1.4. And I just need to know roughly what the x-coordinate is. Well, the x-coordinate is about there. The x-coordinate over here is 1, right? Halfway is 0.5. It's about 0.25, I'm going to say. I'll live with it. Yeah. Okay, the y value there is very high, and I'm going to say that's 0.9 or bigger. Let's say it's 0.95. We'll live with it. As long as it's quick and decent, I'm okay with that. We now want to know where to go to get to 2.1. Well, let's see here. 1.6 is over here. Way to the left is pi, which is 3.1, 3.2. I tend to call it 3.2 when I'm dealing with the second quadrant, because that way halfway is exactly 2.4. Now we don't want 2.4, we want 2.1. Halfway between 1.6 and 2.4 is 2.0, and 2.1 is just right there. Now the x-coordinate there is going to be negative. I'm going to say about negative 0.5. The y-coordinate there, I'm going to say is about 0.9. You know, if I was trying harder, it would be 0.8 something, but I'll live with it. Now 4.1, okay, let's see here. When I'm dealing in the third quadrant, I tend to call pi about 3.1. The numbers work out better that way. This is 4.7. Halfway exactly is 3.9. Now we don't want 3.9, we want 4.1. Halfway between 3.9 and 4.7 is 4.3, and then 4.1 is right there. And what I'd like to know is, what do I think the x-coordinate is there? And I'm going to say about negative 0.6, maybe-ish. Maybe-ish. 0.6, 0.5. And I want the y-coordinate there. Seems like I'm getting nothing but big y-coordinates. I'm going to say negative 0.9. All right, now 4.6. I know 4.7 is way at the bottom. 4.6 is just about a tenth back. Because you can see that the bottom of the circle is almost completely horizontal. So distance along the circle near the bottom is almost exactly the same as going horizontal. So 4.6 is, we're going to be right about here. I'm going to say the x-coordinate looks like negative 0.1. I'm going to say the y-coordinate is very, very close to negative 1. I'm going to say negative 0.99 like that. And the last one we're going to do is 5.2. Well, halfway between 4.7 and roughly 6.3 is dead center. This is 5.5. I would memorize those if I were you, or be very good at arithmetic. Halfway between 4.7 and 5.5 is 5.1. And we want 5.2, which is going to be right there. The x-coordinate looks like, I don't know, a little bit bigger than a half. The y-coordinate looks like a little bit smaller than that one. I'm going to say negative 0.9 and live with it. So that's what we want. We want you to be able to talk your way around the circle, reason to roughly where we're at, and then once we're roughly where we're at, just estimate the x and the y coordinates. Now remember that all of these x coordinates are really cosines. So the second column, although it says x, really starts out by saying the cosine of 0.3 is about 0.95. The sine of 0.3 is about 0.3. The next one says the cosine of 1.4 is about 0.25. The sine of 1.4 is 0.95. So we've actually estimated lots and lots of cosine values and sine values here.